What up, y'all? How's it going? Good afternoon. Yeah. I still need to go run and work out, but I just finished eating like my brunch, ish situation. Yeah. But this morning, give me a second. Cool. This morning I watched a what was it, like a moderated panel on like race and representation and storytelling for Asian Americans. That was presented by the SAG-AFTRA YouTube channel, and it was really dope. I'll put a link in the description below. Highly recommend to watch. They also did one on black representation. So I would highly recommend to check that one out too. I'll put a link in the description below. I don't think I talked about it in the previous vlogs. But I would highly recommend to watch both of them. And it was this one on Asian American voices, or Asian representation voices, was very, very interesting. And they talked about a lot of different things, from the current pandemic and how that's affected the Asian community, as well as representation and how that has changed throughout the history of entertainment, and kind of like the things that you had to do to get jobs, as well as like the change in comedy as well, coming from Asians within the Asian community. Like one of the actors or entertainers there talked about how his comedy, which like a lot of people's comedy, comes from like a place of like self-deprecation and things of that sort. But the thing that he was talking about was that like he's starting to question his own sense of comedy, because back then when he was in college, like starting off his career in comedy, he a lot of his audiences were Caucasian, and so he just like a lot of entertainers, I feel you pander a little bit to your audience, and so he got a lot of requests to do the stereotypical types of jokes, because that's what the audience knows and finds funny. So he kind of pandered to that, and it helped elevate his career, and he brought that into his professional career as well. But now taking a look at it, he talked about how younger generations are responding to his comedy, and some people are saying like you shouldn't have had to go through that and things of that sort. And he's starting to question his own sense of comedy now, because he feels that it hurts his own community, which is something very true in a lot of that a lot of entertainers say. One of the biggest examples is like the debate on when you're pursuing acting and stuff, or just entertainment, I guess entertainment in general. It's like the debate on whether or not to do an accent, right? Even if you don't have one. But not do an accent in the sense of like, you do like a periodic type of accent, whether it's like, or like a regional type of accent that pertains to that specific region. It's more of like a racially driven accent that isn't particularly true to maybe that character's like characteristics. So like you cast an Asian person for like a role, and before, what was really popular was to give that person the Asian accent, right? And a lot of people within the Asian community, I've watched a lot of YouTubers growing up, and some of them went on to like pursue acting or other realms in entertainment, and they talked about how they didn't feel comfortable doing that, because they felt like it hurt their own community, because people don't really talk like that. Some people possibly do, and it comes from a sense of reality. I mean, like, I know that one of the stints that I do is like I do a Filipino speaking English accent, and that comes from a lot of people that I grew up with, but it depends on the context, right? On the context of which you're doing it. And if it like the context comes from like a relative story in my life, then it makes it a little bit more understandable of why I would do that accent. However, if it's just like context of like this is just a random like person, but then because of the way I look they ask me to do an accent, now that's like a different sort of context because it doesn't really pertain to the character, but instead it's just like they're forcing it because they think the accent's gonna get a laugh, so that's different. So these different types of things are stuff that like people are debating within the communities and whether or not it's right or wrong. And back in the day, it's like more of like someone had said it's a fight or flight thing. And it's like, there's only a handful of roles and it's like you're trying to make your career elevate. So you kind of do what you got to do. But that's changing now with more diverse roles being available. So it's your choice now whether or not you want to do that. So that's something they talked about. Another thing that they talked about too was like changing your name, right? In entertainment, it's very, very relatable for people to change their names. And I've had this thought in my head too, like if I change my name to my first and my middle name, I would definitely get more of a I would probably get more of a reaction to my auditions and stuff, because I have a very peculiar name. My name is Aerrol Ampeloquio, and that's not a very common-ish name, and it's not very it's not very quote-unquote Americanized. So I've thought about changing my name to Aerrol Paul, right, which sounds more relatable to like a lot of different types of things, and it sounds a little bit more quote-unquote American. Whereas like in all reality, an American name is whatever name you're born with, or whatever name you're given. So that's like a debate that I've personally had with my own life and reflecting on my own career for the future. So I highly recommend you guys to watch the panelist discussion, because, excuse me, let me rewind. I highly recommend you guys to watch the panelist discussion because I think it's very insightful, not only if you're in the Asian community, because like I think even if you're outside the Asian community, knowing information about these different types of issues that people have to go through makes you more aware of how you can help those communities, as well as see what the real problems that they feel they're facing are, because you can have your own opinion of what their problems are, whereas like what the real problems are within the community. So I think it's important for you to check those different types of communities out and see what they're talking about. So yeah, I mean, I know I've done it personally, where like this is my own type of thing where it's like I think it's important to learn a lot of different perspectives. So I talk to a lot of different types of groups and watch a lot of different types of roundtable discussions or interviews or panelist discussions pertaining to different groups, whether it's the Black community, Hispanic community, LGBTQ community, female community, so I think it's important to learn about a lot of those different perspectives, because it makes you more worldly as a person and makes you more understanding of what other people are going through, and how you can help elevate not only their position in society, but also help them to create more outlets for them to reach out, and for them to broadcast their own work. So yeah, so highly recommend. I'll put those two links in the description below, and I'll link the SAG-AFTRA YouTube channel as well. Yeah, so check that out. Cool. All right, I'm gonna wash my dishes and then I'm gonna work out. So cool. All right, awesome. Talk to you guys later. Peace. All right, what up, y'all? Okay, I'm about to do this workout. Wish me luck. Yeah. One thing. So I just want to describe the workout. So this is the One Punch Man workout original. So I'm just doing 6.25 miles, which is about equivalent to 10,000 meters. So it's a 10-kilometer run, but I'm gonna break it up. So it takes about 1.1 miles to reach there. So 1.1 to 1.2 miles. So I'm gonna run to the track, and then after I run that first segment, I'm gonna stretch. And then after that, I'm gonna run after I finish up like my warm-up stretch, I'm going to run 1 mile. After I do 1 mile, I'm gonna do 25 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, and then 25 squats. And then after I'm gonna run the second mile, do the same thing until I reach 4 miles, and then 100 push-ups, 240 sit-ups, and 100 squats. And then after that, I'm going to run the 1.1 to 1.2 miles back home. And then when I get back home, I'm gonna stretch it out, and then that'll be the end of the workout. So yeah, it should probably take me about like an hour to do the whole thing, I think, depending on how lenient I am with my breaks. But yeah, so we'll give it a shot. I'm also doing like peak heat too, so it might not be the best idea, but whatever, you know, I gotta get this workout in, so that JV doesn't make me do stuff. So cool. Maybe I'll post clips of, you know, the workout, but my phone is dying, so we'll see. I don't know. Cool. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Peace. All right, what up, y'all? We're at the first break point. So just to finish the first 1.1 to 1.2 miles, I probably did the 1 mile at about like 9 minutes, 8 to 9 minutes. I'm trying to keep like a pace so that I don't get tired by the 6th mile. Yeah, and I don't get worn out. So yeah, trying to control myself. I don't want to injure myself or anything like that, so I don't want to push too hard. So right now, that first mile was about 8 to 9 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch, and then I'm gonna start the second mile. So cool. Peace out. What up, y'all? All right, just finished up with the bulk of the workout. So I had a 1 mile warm up, and then stretched, and then 4 miles on and off the track. With in between each mile, I did a portion of the One Punch Man like set workout. So in all honesty, I did this whole thing like a circuit. So it's like I did a mile, took a sip of water, rested for about like 30 seconds to a minute, and then I did a consistent circuit of push-ups to sit-ups to squats, then took another sip of water, break for 30 seconds to a minute, and then did a mile. So yeah, after I finish up the last mile, I'll put up like a little video here on the side of the workout and the times. So yeah, so that's it. So I have 1 more mile left to go, and this one's gonna be a cool down mile, and it's uphill, so I'm not gonna be pushing myself. Probably looking at like a 15-minute mile, something like that. The average of my miles was about, I would say, like 11 minutes. Yeah, about 11 minutes, so not too fast. But I felt controlled for the most part until the last one. But like for the first 4 miles, I was pretty controlled, so that's good. Last one, I pushed myself on like the first 400 and the last 400, so I wanted to test myself a little bit. And I feel like I should have taken the individual times, but it is what it is. So cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and run home and stretch and then call it a day. Cool. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace. All right, first body check in like a month, and longer than a month, honestly, since the body check. But first workout in a month for sure. Because the last time I worked out was actually, yeah, 100% a month ago, since it's the 20th, when I was back home. So yeah. But honestly, like, my body's not in terrible shape. Like I said, I haven't really been getting fatter. I just have been losing muscle. So it's more of just like, I'm just kind of like, I am what I am. But so I'm kind of happy that like I'm not working with too much fat. I'm sweating like so much. Yeah. So over here or here or somewhere here, I'll put a little video of my splits and all that stuff like that, so you guys can check that out. Just finish up with my stretching. Yeah, I'm so tired. But yeah, this is, I guess, first angle body check, which originally was the third angle. But yeah, cool. I'm really sweaty. The workout, definitely tough. I need to make sure that like, moving on from now, I need to be more careful with pushing myself when I run, just because I know that I have a history of knee injuries, especially on my right knee. When I used to run track and cross country, like my right knee was always injured. And I definitely felt strains on it today while I was running. And then as I was stretching, I definitely felt a lot of strain on my right knee. So I just need to be careful moving on with this, to really like stick to my pacing, don't push myself. Yeah, and like even if my pacing is getting bad, like make sure at least my form is okay. So that way, I noticed that like sometimes there would be large impact on the balls of my feet, which isn't good for my feet, and that causes shin splints as well. So I need to make sure I'm careful with like my form, and that I'm not stomping my feet, I'm not running too harshly on like the middle of my feet slash like the balls of my feet unless I'm sprinting. And yeah, I just need to be careful with that because I don't want to damage my legs, especially in the beginning of this workout, because then I'll be pushed back for a long time again. As for like the rest of the workout, the push-ups felt like a lot easier, probably because a lot of the strain today was on my lower body. So the push-ups, even though they were still difficult, felt like the easiest part. Where in comparison, they're usually the hardest part because I feel like I usually do a top heavy workout if I do my modified One Punch Man workout when I'm not running, because I'm doing a lot of pull-ups and things of that sort. So yeah, so this is a very lower heavy workout, and it's good though because I felt a lot of work in my abs, which is good. I mean, I'm sweating a lot. I also want to say I got significantly darker. Like I am dark here. Like I'm so dark in my arms. So I definitely didn't tan evenly because I was wearing a shirt. Yeah. So I also need to make sure I put on sunscreen because I did not put on sunscreen. So I'm not trying to get no like skin cancer or anything like that. Yeah. So like the body's not too bad in all honesty. Like I wouldn't be ashamed of going to the beach with this body right now. So yeah. First angle. Cool. My last mile was 15 minutes like I predicted, so yeah, it is what it is, so cool. Alright, I'll take you guys upstairs and I'm gonna take a shower and then eat afterwards, so cool. Peace. Yep, alright, cool. So here's the second angle, body check, cool. Yeah, I don't know what I say. I already said most of the stuff downstairs. Maybe I should like break up the things that I say in this thing I know I've done it before throughout the 3 angles. But yeah. Second body check. Man. Alright, let's take you to the last one. Alright. Third angle body check. Cool. I think I said this before like in previous vlogs, but there's a pain in my chest whenever I do chest workouts and chest like stretch out my chest. And the pain is still there, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. It's been there for like 3 or 4 months now. And it feels like really tight. I don't know if I strained something or if something is internally bruised. I honestly have no idea like what's going on with like my chest. So yeah, I feel like I should get that checked out. I don't know, but I don't want to have to pay for like an x-ray and things of that sort. So we'll see. But yeah, my chest like really be hurting. So cool. But I mean, it's not stopping me, so it's obviously not that bad. But it is a huge strain that I feel when I do my workouts, and it's not like that fresh strain of like just working out again, because it was still there even when I was like consistently working out. So I think it might have been like from like my last week at the gym, and like I was still doing bench press and stuff, and I feel like I possibly had like wrong form and I strained something in my chest. I'm not sure, but I feel like it should have healed by now as well, since especially like this last month since I haven't been working out. So I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's the thing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower. Alright, peace out. Up y'all, how's it going? Yeah, just working on my vlogs right now. But I just registered for my friend's fundraiser for his organization Bwenzi. I'll put a link in the description below. But if you guys want to register and attend the event, go ahead and attend and register for it. Yeah, I'll put a link to that in the description below. I just wanted to give a quick like shout out for that, so because it's a good cause, and yeah, yeah. So check it out, y'all. Cool. All right. Yeah, just working on the vlogs. Uploading the second one for today, and yeah, we're gonna keep moving with that. So awesome. This week of like vlogs that I'm uploading, it's like a lot of shorter vlogs, just because like not too much is happening with my life. So you know, I wasn't sure if I should post it, but like, I mean, it's just me, it's real me. So I'll post it. So cool. All right, cool. Talk to you guys later. Peace. What up, yo? How's it going? Yeah. Whew. Oh man. Cool. My body is dead. My body is really, really like in a state of shock. Jeez, I cannot. But yeah, today was a good day. Did my workout finally. And my body is hurting for it. Yeah. What else? Uploaded some of my vlogs. That's good. So you got a win in Warzone with my cousin. So that's another dope thing. We got a duos win. And yeah, and my cousin has now won one in each type of match. So that's good. It's cool. Yeah. What else did I do? Watched that panelist from the SAG-AFTRA on Asian voices and representation, which was really informative. And yeah, and I also got a call back for an audition that I auditioned for like a few months back, so that's pretty dope. We'll see how it goes. So cool. All right, that's about it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pass out now. So cool. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys, and good night. Peace.